Hello everyone. Thank you for liking my Christmas and New Year postings, and Happy New Year 2015 to you. Can you see that I still have my Christmas lights on? Yes, I know it's January the 6th. Today, in my tradition, it's Twelfth Night. Now, if you'd been alive in England on the 3rd of September in the year 1752, and no, I wasn't either, you would have experienced the calendar losing 11 days. You see, continental Europe had the Gregorian calendar, decreed by Pope Gregory. But in Protestant England and her colonies, the older calendar, the Julian calendar, was still in use. And the difference was 11 days by 1752. So if you had travelled from England to Europe, unlike today when you lose maybe 1 or 2 hours, you'd have lost 11 days. Anyway, eventually it was decided to converge the calendars. And the date chosen for that was the 3rd of September 1752. And the following morning you would have woken up to the 14th of September 1752. Now, many people living at the time thought that the government had stolen 11 days of their life. In fact, Londoners protested in the streets, crying, "Give us back our 11 days." They felt they'd lost 11 days of their life, 11 days of wages. Now, before the calendar was changed, England celebrated Christmas on the equivalent of the 6th of January. And that's why people call the 6th of January Twelfth Night, because it is now the 12th night after the current Christmas day, December 25th. If you travel to Spain, for example, you find that traditional present giving still takes place on January the 6th, and it's a public holiday. So you could think of this 1752 calendar change as an early example of what economists are now calling globalization. And globalization really speeded up after the Berlin Wall came down in 1989. And today we can see some pretty dramatic results of that. We now have atomic time. Developed in the 1950s, UTC, as it's now called, universal time, is used for all civilian timekeeping all across the globe. In my own industry, which is accountancy, international accounting standards were first proposed in the 1960s. And by 2001, the International Accounting Standards Board was formed. And it had already been decided that the language of international accounting was to be English. On the 1st of January 1999, the euro was born. It's 16 years old this week, a teenager. And on the 1st of January 2015, Lithuania became the 19th country to join the euro currency. So more and more today, you can look around and see moves towards globalizing money, globalizing time, and globalizing language. So what does this mean for you? Well, would you agree with me that many people today feel threatened by what they see as changes taking place because of globalization? And some people think that they will be losing their traditions, their dates, and their own celebrations in a more global society. Perhaps they feel just like those Londoners did in 1752, who protested their loss of 11 days, powerless to act in face of bigger forces. And yes, big business and big money want standardization because it's cheaper for them. But here's the funny thing. If you look at the other side of the coin, we seem to be getting more and more choice from competition. And it's you, the individual, who makes the difference in your life by your choices. No one can globalize you. You are completely yourself. Changes will come. You can protest. You can try to ignore them. Or you can, as an individual, use this process to create new ways to achieve prosperity for you and your family. So I am celebrating the 12 days of Christmas. And whichever tradition you celebrate, keep learning, keep growing, and keep being yourself. Thanks for being on this call. I wish you many happy individual celebrations.